this brand from about $500,000 to $26 million in a single year, working together with growth strategy, paid ads, and killer creatives combined. And today I want to talk a little bit about strategy, how we reached that, and it will be definitely about, first of all, growth strategy overhaul, priorities for your business level, how to master the Facebook scaling, campaign structures, etc. And what is usually like the most typical mistakes a lot of brands are making currently. And at the same time, I talk a little bit about high volume content production and how to actually dish out hundreds of ads for your brand each month, and being able to scale through that. So first of all, who I am, I'm one of the co-founders of the Atkins agency, premium e-commerce, Facebook ads, and e-commerce growth agency for $1 to $100 million revenue brands. And just a little bit of numbers. I have helped to generate over 300 million sales, scale 8 separate brands that were at 6 to 7 figures to 15 to 30 million a year mark. At the same time, recently I've launched my own e-commerce brand, and we took it from $0 to $1.3 million a month in just 12 months, basically. And just to talk, and show you that we are like not random things, etc. This is literally official case study with Facebook of one of the brands we helped to scale. We took them from $500,000 to $26 million in a single year working together. So basically, this is exactly the same thing, that I'm going to share here, and what allowed us to drive this performance. Now, why I'm even creating this video, right? And I think there is a lot of terrible information out there on the market. And then I'm looking into more depth and why it's happening. I think there's a lot of agencies that are relatively young, maybe don't understand e-commerce enough. And what do? They tend to do one service. And by doing one service, they try to push specific agenda that usually is helping their service to flourish and grow, etc. Instead of like us, we were basically e-commerce growth agency for years, and we have doing, whatever we need to get results for client. Now we are getting more towards, kind of like polished flow, which means Facebook ads, Google ads, plus creatives, plus strategy. This means, we saw what the market is lacking at a high level, and this is what we were focusing. But I think why there's a lot of like terrible information out there on the market is just people trying to push their own agendas that help them with sales. That's a general thing. So you always have to be very, very mindful whatever content you're consuming, even mine, right? Nobody is prone to that. Everybody is trying to sell something, and for me personally, I hate that. I would much rather dish out valuable content, information, etc. And if people want this, then good. If it's something that's going to drive growth for you, that I'm not doing, that's even better. So first of all, growth strategy overhaul. Like what we did for this brand when it came to us, we started to create priorities. I think a lot of business owners get lost, what we should be doing at specific business levels. And I think we were just starting. This means below 1 million a year, you are all about product market fit and marketing fit. Don't overcomplicate things, test a lot of things, products, channels, etc., and get good at it. Now, if you're 1 to 10 mil, and I think, this is what we started with this brand, we were doing about $500,000, but we know we had marketing fit, What we focused was hard scaling. We focused on a lot more offers and upsells. We focused on conversion rate and average order value of this brand as the low-hanging fruits. And as we were pushing it harder towards like 10 to 25 mil category, we are starting to get a little bit more into branding category, customer satisfaction, lifetime value categories, etc. But I think it's very, very important, to know what to focus at which level of your business. Because if you're at like 1 mil and you're focusing on branding, or you're focusing too much on customer satisfaction, you're hampering your growth by far. You're limiting it by a lot. Or even if you're 1 to 10 mil category and you are not launching new products and not launching new upsells, but instead of just focusing on LTV, you will be growing a lot slower than a brand will knows how to diversify their offers, because each extra offer means more opportunities to acquire new customers. And even naturally, it just improves LTV, average order value, bundling, etc. There's just so much opportunity in this. Now, another big thing what we did with them is Facebook ads mastery. And I kind of like repeat this multiple times to a lot of people, but often people still get sidetracked on this. And to be honest, even sometimes I myself am prone to this. So what we did with our brand, like we started with 1 to 2 channels. And then, like kind of scope inflation happens, you add in this, you want to try that, etc. And at a certain point, you just have to downscale again. And I've seen this number time again, right? 1 to 2 channels is enough to hit 25 million a year with pretty much any brand out there. If you're doing strategy thing right, All you need is more offers, better files, conversions, etc. And work everything that is on that front and end. And you just work on 1 to 2 channels where rewarding depth and expertise in each of these channels. Instead of spreading your attention wide and becoming focused and basically just in general like generating shitty results. So here what we did about Facebook ads, right, is first of all we implemented good account structures. And I know what a lot of you probably is thinking right now. Well, account structures, come on, right now like there is basically AI and everything could be done by that. All you need is just feed it creatives. Still, consistently, whenever a new client comes to us, we are seeing 10 to 20% improvement in ROAS, which seems not a lot, but it's actually about 20 to 40% EBITDA gains for clients. This means 20 to 40% profit improvements that we get just directly by often changing and improving how we are structuring their ad accounts. At the same time, how we are making decisions about what to scale, how to downscale things, how to kill them. This is literally the biggest difference between amateur media buyer and experienced media buyer is decision of speeds, accuracy of speeds, and what you're deciding to test and how you're testing. So definitely, something not to forget is account structures. These days, I think people focus too much on creatives, and it's important. But account structures, once again, as I've shown you before, 20 to 40% EBITDA gains could be just had through that. Now, the last thing we did really well with this brand is high volume content production. We are cooking literally hundreds of ads each month. I think we are doing about 200, 250 unique ads each month for this brand. And the whole idea how we were doing was basically multiple stages and multiple levels of problem. So stage 1 is basically what is like the first level of testing that we are doing with any brand out there, and we are doing to this day, and it's working time and time over again. It's test broadly and test fast and get as much data out of there as possible. When you're just starting the brand, you want to be targeting level 1 audiences. This means problem aware, solution aware audiences. Let's say in this case, it's people who are looking for gift, because this was literally Canva's gifting brand, etc. As you can see, this is the product image. So what we want to focus on is people who are looking for gift, and we know we want canvas painting, or we know specific gift that we want, it should be personalized, etc. That's tier 1 audiences. Easiest to convert, best ROI, etc. But by far, it's also the smaller segment in the market. Usually in brands, we're seeing only 2% of total market be level 1 audience. This means people who are ready to buy now, we know problem, solution. But level 2 is where you're getting to already like about 6% of total market, people who are problem aware. So here it could be, looking for a gift. We don't know specific that we want, but we want, maybe no occasion, maybe it's a Mother's Day, maybe, it's Christmas coming. So what you do now is you kind of like start to focus on the best gift, or best gift for Mother's Day, or best gift, for grandparents, for your mother, father, etc. You start to be a little bit more broader, so to say. And you're immediately able to scale, and as you're like increasing your spends, with this you're unlocking new and broader audiences. But the real growth for a lot of brands is once you get to level 3 audiences. This means people who are not aware about the problem, and you show them emotional transformations. So for example, here, people who are not looking for a gift, like actually they're not even looking for an actual gift. But what we did, we were telling emotional stories of UGC of somebody getting canvas without an occasion. Maybe, just a reminder of, hey, I love you, or hey, there's like specific occasion, or maybe I want to revisit our anniversary, whatever. And them being super emotionally transformative, maybe even crying or showing very real emotions of actually getting that gift. And that's what allowed us to scale this account specifically to about like 100K daily ad spend on Facebook with these level 3 audiences. Creators that are relevant to 1 out of 2 people out there. And that's the whole trick. And what we were doing at stage 1 is just push as many of these, first level 1, then level 2, and finally as we're like increasing the spends, level 3 audience creatives, test broadly, test fast, break things. Now whenever we find a winner, and usually winning percentages here is only about 2%. To maybe 6% if you're like, really good and dialed in, etc., and know the brand well. But I would say you should even be still at about 2%, because the whole idea is you have to be testing new things. If you're not testing new things, it's probably this is why you're having too high of a win rate of a creative, so to say. Now what you do, you take winners and you create 40 variations of each. You change hooks, you change footage of a hook, you change text of a hook, and you see what's working. And usually just through this, you're able to get at least 3-4 more working variations of the same creative. And out of this, you're immediately extending creative's lifetime by like 3 to 4 times. Now what you do, you see what's working here, and what you do is you replicate the same concept across races, ages, and genders of different people. So what we started to do, we started to create gifting ads and the same transformative emotional stories that were working for Black people, Hispanic people, white people. And by the way, I'm not saying anything here about like a race is in a bad way. I think everybody is great. But the whole idea is, everybody's going to resonate with a little bit different audience. And this audience could be race specific, it could be age specific, and gender specific. So we identified about 8 to 10 different audiences, that we wanted to hit, even with the same message. And what we were doing, whenever we find the winner, we do this. And we do it with at least 2 actors each. Because often, it's about delivery, emotion, spacing, speed, etc. And whenever we would be getting like out of this, right, we would be winning about 50% of these creatives would be a winners. So suddenly, we took that one creative that was working, we made 4 out of this, and now, we're getting into another like 6 variations, which we then put once again back into creating more variations of this, and it becomes almost like 26, 30 performing ads out there, that are a little bit different from each other, in a sense carrying the same message, but at the same time working over and over and over again. And that's the whole idea. What huge brands are doing for scaling, they are just taking the proven concepts and just figuring out a system, how to level up the targeting and unlock this level 3 targeting, and then get into replication of this over and over again multiple times.